Hi Dash.
Shut the fuck up.
Ashush.
Hi Dashers. Hope everything is fine for you. Today I'm going to present you my second art tutorial, since last one was kind of appreciated. First of all, I would like to apologize for two things. Firstly, I forgot to mention the pixel art style in the first video. About this style, I recommend you to look at Nightlex's works or some Leak GD's levels. And the other thing is that I wanted to finish this second tutorial more quickly, but I was overwhelmed with homeworks and drawings. Sorry. Hehehe, let's go. Before to show how to make an art, you have to understand how the whole editor works. I won't explain all these buttons, but especially things that will help us to make arts. Let's start with the edit group button. In the editor you can notice a system of layers that can allow you to display your works in many different places, making changes and deleting more easier. These two buttons change the layers of the object you are editing. By default, an object is set in the layer 0. As you can see, now with my changes, the object is now in the layer 5. By also changing the second layer section, you allow the object to appear in two different layers. For this cube, it will be in layers 5 and 10. Then, you can also change the order of the element. You can see a feature named Z layer. The B layers put the objects behind the player, while the T1s put them in front of him. Obviously, T3 is higher than T2, T2 higher than T1, T1 higher than B1, etc. For example, if I want the green square to be in front of the yellow one, I just have to change the Z order and make it higher. In Edit Group, you can indeed add groups to objects, and then use triggers to make the object disappear, move, or pulse for example. You can use the next free button to directly use groups that are not already taken. You have probably already noticed that most of the objects fade when they appear and disappear on the screen. To fix this, enable the Don't Fade button to avoid the fade effect, and also the Don't Enter button too. I don't really know, just do it. It works. To make an object rotate around another object, you'll have to use the group parent thing. As you can see, the line now rotates around this little round. Some objects like the glow can make some computers lag or crash. To help devices that can't bear these objects, just select them and activate the high detail button. Now, players can use the low detail mode, and all these objects that can be laggy disappear. You can also copy and paste thanks to the copy and paste button in the edit group thing. Or else use the copy values and then click on past state. Now, let's take a look to the edit object button. Here, you can edit the color of your object. These three buttons on the top are very special. The first one gives to the object your first icon color. For me, it will be white. The second one gives it your second icon color, green for me, and the last one gives the background color. You can also notice some color groups. There are apparently only 10, but in total, there are 999 colors groups in this 2.11 update. You can have a quicker access to them by clicking on the browse button. And once again, there is a next free button to skip all the already used colors. Now, I'll quickly explain the HSV button. Its goal is to get a different color than an original one. By using the first way of modification named hue, the color gradually changes in the color axe. The second way is to change the saturation. And the last one acts on brightness. Moreover, some objects like gears or white block outlines can look a bit weird while playing. To fix it, you have to disable the glow button. And now the objects look cleaner, like in the editor. You can also reproduce a light effect like this one, thanks to the blending button in the color settings. Some objects like this one can have two different colors. That's why you will notice a new button named base that will correspond to the second color choice. To copy paste all the things you have set, you are once again able to use the copy and then the paste button, or else to click on copy values and then on paste color. Now that you know much more the editor, let's start the second half of this tutorial, some tips to make art. The first thing to do is to make an outline or a layout, depends if you decide to make a trace start or not. I won't explain how to do trace start, but HFC Red made a very nice video about that. The link is in the description down below. So in order to make a good outline, I recommend you to use over all the 3D lines, and then copy paste, rotate, use free move, copy paste, etc. Of course, outlines are usually black, or else both black and white, like in this example I have made a while ago. Indeed, white outlines alone are very rare. To fill an art with colors, it is better to use some special objects, the different white cubes, and the white slopes. Like with the outline, just copy and paste many times, but make sure that the color is behind the outline in the Z order. For my arts, I usually put the first color filling 5 Z orders lower than the outline. For example, if I put the outline in Z order 30, I'll put the color in Z order 25. Then, you will probably have to add some shadows and lights on your art. To do so, change the brightness and the Z order and copy paste again. Of course, these tips are not for realistic art, but for modernistic, cartoonistic or design art styles. In order to make a smoother outline, I recommend you to use these curves, but make sure to use them in the right way. Indeed, an art looks nice if all the outlines have the same width. So when you want to use curves, make sure to scale them if they are too wide. If your art is a character, you'll probably need to make it size, except if your name is Mulpen. But there's a problem if you don't have the scale hack. Fuck, can someone explain me why it is named slider limit? Never mind. If you don't have it, the round object will sometimes be too big. In this case, I recommend to use this object. Just make the base color invisible, and then you get a smaller round. The following objects can also be useful to optimize your arts or to make details. On the contrary, the default clouds are totally cursed to make cool arts. I mean if you use them in the normal way, because if you activate blending, make the opacity lower and copy paste them many times, you can get some nice and realistic clouds. The others 3D lines are a good way to optimize your arts and to make good details. But never forget to scale them if necessary. For example, the outline will look smoother with this little line. In order to make a sweeper curve, you can also build a curve yourself. Take an object, enable the group parent thing, and start to rotate the little line around it. You can also find the full custom circles objects in some of my levels. So here we are, my second art tutorial is finally done. Like I have said in the precedent video, I'm not an expert at the art, my only goal is to show people what I have learned by myself about the art. Of course, if you have any suggestion for the next art tutorial, like more specific tips or things I have forgotten, don't hesitate to tell me in the comments. Also, get ready for some awesome content soon on this channel. I have very much projects that are going to come out. If you want more information, make sure to join my Discord server and to subscribe to this awesome channel. I hope you liked the video. Now guys, stay safe and see you in the next one.